My name is Michael McGagh and I'm based in Waterford in Ireland. I've been part of a voluntary organisation for 10, 12 years called Communities Creating Jobs, which was founded shortly after the last recession with the purpose of bringing learnings from particular communities and sharing them with other communities which wanted to set up enterprises. The focus on the organisation was, rather than just doing charitable work in the community, was to create something that would be sustainable, that would create employment, and that would create or improve and develop the actual community. In my research for the Common End project, I was fortunate to research three community enterprises. One was based in Dublin, inner city, very deprived area, and it was a lady who set up a recycling project along 30 years ago for the purpose of bringing, first of all, employment into an area which had a very high unemployment rate. The second was in a town in Granard. It's a small town in the Midlands, and again, not huge employment there, but the community felt that they could do something which was going to be tourist related. It was a site back in the Norman days, a fort and a motte, and they decided to recreate this, modernise it, and with the hope of drawing tourists to that part of the country, which wouldn't really be known as a place where tourists went. And the final one was a small community in the south, in the very bottom of the country in Waterford, very rural area, but a lot of people would have used that area for walking. The difficulty was that there was very little accommodation to be found there, and the other thing was that the community itself didn't have a centre where they could carry out community activities. It now has a creche, it has indoor facilities for sports, it employs a number of people, and it provides accommodation for people visiting the area. What I've learned from my involvement with these projects is the people who are driving them are extremely committed, passionate, resilient. They just don't give up. The other thing I found that was common with them is that there's a number of skills. Each person who was behind the actual project brought different skills with them. So there was across board, quite a wide array of skills. There have been financial skills, there have been people with legal background, there have been people with close links with the community in order to engage the community. They now have developed into sustainable community enterprises and providing really good services to the community and fulfilling the objectives that they set themselves up for at the beginning. The challenges that I've learned from the people who I've met in these projects would be sometimes a lack of knowledge in a particular area. How to get around that is try and find somebody in the community who has that willingness to be involved as a volunteer and who are passionate about improving their own community. Financial difficulties is the most common one, but what I've learned from my work with them is they've managed to find ways, they become better at looking at varied funding sources and promoting themselves and making themselves an integral part of the community.